Welcome to The Buzz from channelbuzz.ca. I'm Robert Dutt. Today is Tuesday, May 19th, 2026, and here's what's happening on the channel today. Yesterday, we brought you a special midday look at Dell's new modern partner platform and the massive expansion of the Dell AI factory. But if you look past the glitz of the main stage, there was a pretty sobering reality check delivered during a partner-specific keynote at the company's Global Partner Summit. Pete Trezino, president of global sales at Dell Technologies, took the stage and warned partners that supply constraints are officially back. Driven by the voracious hyperscaler demand for AI infrastructure, the squeeze on GPUs, CPUs, and memory is tightening rapidly. In fact, Trezino warned that the supply chain issues we're starting to see now could be significantly worse in 2027, according to industry experts. For Canadian MSPs and VARs, this is the klaxon sounding for hardware lifecycle planning. If you're waiting until the quarter a client needs a server refresh, you're going to be too late. Partners need to be having these capacity conversations with their clients today, locking in orders and potentially leveraging IT financing and distribution partners to bridge the gap while hardware makes its way through a congested supply chain. Closer to home, the Canadian Internet Registration Authority, or CIRA, is preparing to launch a new, heavily channel-oriented product platform later this month at the Channel Next conference in Toronto. Led by channel executive Tim Bryan, the upcoming platform marks a dedicated pivot towards a true managed service provider model for the National Internet Registry. For years, Canadian organizations have faced an increasingly complex threat landscape complicated by strict data privacy regulations like Law 25 and PIPEDA. The demand for sovereign, domestic cybersecurity infrastructure is accelerating. By embracing a multi-tenant channel model, CIRA aims to provide Canadian solution providers with a localized alternative for DNS and enterprise security services. The new program is designed to allow channel partners to self-provision services, exert granular control over technical deployments, and scale enterprise-grade security offerings to their small and medium-sized business clients. Ultimately, this move is intended to remove the administrative friction associated with scaling broad deployments, allowing partners to integrate CIRA capabilities directly into their existing recurring revenue security stacks. In the cybersecurity space, it's been a busy 24 hours. First, a major warning for developers and security teams working with autonomous agents. Threat actors are actively exploiting a critical authentication bypass vulnerability in PraisonAI, tracked as CVE 2026-44338. The zero-day flaw was targeted within hours of its disclosure, meaning anyone building agentic AI pipelines with the framework needs to apply patches immediately. On a more positive note, Interpol has announced the results of Operation RAMS, a massive coordinated cybercrime crackdown across 13 countries in the Middle East and North Africa. The first-of-its-kind operation resulted in 201 arrests and the disruption of major cybercrime networks, including the seizure of dozens of malware and phishing servers that had been targeting businesses globally. In brief, cybersecurity startup Lumina emerges from stealth today with an AI-native platform designed to reduce alert noise. Connectivity provider Nordion has signed a reseller agreement with Starlink to embed high-speed satellite internet into industrial equipment. Software developer Noah Labs is building Sentinel, an AI-native integrated development environment designed to run entirely on device. And the United States National Science Foundation has announced a $1.5 billion X Labs initiative to fund deep tech research. Full details and expanded stories on all of our in-brief items can be found in the show notes or the blog post at channelbuzz.ca. Later today on In the Channel, we have lots more from Las Vegas. I'll be sitting down with Alan Ashby, Dell's Senior Director of America's Data Center Presales, to break down the practical realities of the AI infrastructure boom for mid-market partners. And if you haven't heard yesterday's episode yet, that's probably because there wasn't one. Outside of Dell Technologies World, it was Victoria Day back home. Hope it was a good one. That's how we're seeing the headlines today. I'm Robert Dutt for channelbuzz.ca. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.